Hundreds of students I've worked with have struggled with this. They find it easy to be present, to be mindful, to rest as the essence of their being when they're at home, or perhaps in nature, or on a call with me. Perhaps even when they're doing groceries or working out. But then when things get busier or more high stakes, they're at work or on a date or visiting a family member with a difficult attitude, then these students find they're seduced by it all, sucked back into their ego, so to speak, wishing things were different and feeling stressed and dissatisfied. The things that we experience when we're in one of these high stakes environments or situations, they seem like obscurations. But these things themselves, that angry boss, that difficult aunt, a stomachache, a deadline, all the sensations that go with that deadline, these things themselves have only awareness as their essence. Very often, the problem in this phase of practice and understanding that I'm speaking to here, the problem is that you're still thinking that presence should feel a certain way, that recognition of the essence of your being should feel a certain way or be a certain way. The mind should be a certain way, the heart should be a certain way. But all of the things that you think are in the way, the things that you think are obscurations, are themselves empty. So we don't try to change these things deliberately. We do things differently here. We don't try to change our thoughts and feelings directly, but rather we accept them all just as they are. We simply look right at them. We see that their essence is the same as the essence of some deep, calm, meditative experience. The essence of anything you can perceive is awareness. And when you see this, you see that all of the things that you thought were obscurations are actually subject to interpretation. They're reified, contrived. And so the game is to drop your labels, descriptions, and stories about these things and come to realize that they are like illusions. So let's work with the illusions that are present right now, friend. We'll do some more guided meditation like we did the other day. Eyes closed or open, as you please. Get yourself as comfortable as you can in whatever environment you're in. Maybe you're laying on your bed. Maybe you're out walking through a busy shopping mall. It actually doesn't matter. You only need to be able to pay attention to my words. And whatever phenomena are occurring for you, whatever bodily sensations, whatever sounds other than my voice, whatever is happening in your visual field, whatever thoughts, feelings, memories are occurring, acknowledge that you only know them in, as, by, and through awareness. And that rather than this awareness being a separate thing, it is rather the essence of the basic space in which these things occur, not separate from the things, but their essential quality, their essential nature, without the boundary between awareness and phenomena, then we may as well say that all things are awareness. We might say made of awareness. None of these descriptions are ultimately accurate. We're using a dualistic framework, language, to point to a reality that is non-dual. Because all separations, all boundaries are drawn by the thinking mind. And it is in the absence of these separations and boundaries that enlightenment is known. You may know that lack of separation in one moment and then go right back to creating separations the next moment. So what do? Rest naturally without seeking or describing anything, once again, and once again, and once again. Enjoy the relief that comes of dropping your labels, descriptions, stories about things, which is how we reify them, make them real, is how we invest them with meaning, which is the only time they can ever bother us. Of course, this is not to say don't duck if someone throws a frisbee at your head. That's something that's occurring immediately. And you can respond naturally to such a circumstance. It's obvious what you ought to do. What we're seeking freedom from, what we're concerned with in these videos, is what the Buddha called dukkha, meaning dissatisfaction, stress, wishing things were different. The word is often translated as suffering. This is okay, but we want to make sure that we're not assuming that our spiritual practice will free us from pain. If that frisbee hits you on the forehead, it's gonna hurt. The question is, are you dissatisfied about it? Are you gonna go rage at the small child who threw that frisbee at you? Or are you gonna laugh and go on with your day? Can you laugh at everything that occurs and go on with your day, safe in the knowledge that this attitude is the effective attitude? Our culture raised us to think that we should be angry at things if we want them to change. Our culture does not know about the more potent fuel of compassion. And this compassion is naturally arising in the absence of all of our reifications, contrivances, mental fabrications, separations, boundaries. In brief, whatever is occurring in your experience now, whatever occurs in your experience next, rest and appreciate its essence as awareness. behold it in just the same way as you can behold your left hand right now. Are you aware of your left hand now I've mentioned it? Yes. In that same way, rest as the awareness of whatever arises. And it all becomes so much easier, friend. If you enjoyed this brief talk and this brief practice, do all the stuff that tells YouTube that you want to see more of them. I'm uploading just as often as I can. And if you want to know where you are in this whole picture right now, you'll find, as always, a link to my 1-minute quiz that you can take for a quick assessment of where you're at on your spiritual path and a little bit about how to move along it, how to take that next step.